This is the Digital Shelf Insider podcast of Metrics Cut. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Digital Shelf Insider podcast of Metrics Cut. I'm your host, Shreshta, and today we have one of the founders of Fazit Beauty joining us, Aliett Buttelman. In this conversation, you will hear from her about how she started the digital brand, how they expanded to the physical retail lately, and the best part, the Taylor Swift impact, TikTok growth, and a lot more. A very warm welcome to you, Aliett, and super thrilled to have this conversation with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Right. So to get started, I know that you started this brand around 2022. So what inspired you? What was your journey like? And what gap did you see in the market back then?
Yeah, so my co-founder and I, Nina Labruna, we really wanted to revolutionize the way we were applying for skincare on our skin and using dermal patches. So a patch that lays flat against your skin as a mechanism to do so, and had great success with skincare patches, innovated in that space with the first ever ingrown hair patches for the bikini line and the beard. An easy, effective, and affordable way to remove ingrown hairs, a silicone acne scar patch, the first ever nose pore patch, what was a more gentle way of removing your blackheads off of your nose and excess sebum. And throughout that first year and a half of our company, we really wanted to take it a little bit further and create a new application format of the way we applied cosmetics. And in April of 2024, we created the first ever makeup patch, launching our renowned glitter freckle makeup patches as well as our faux freckle makeup patch.
Awesome. So back in 2022, it was right 2 years after the pandemic, and consumers were a little price sensitive at that point of time. What were the sort of challenges you faced bringing the brand to life and with shopper behavior and everything?
Yeah, well, throughout COVID, we really saw this surge in taking care of ourselves. If it was your skin, your well-being, your mental health, and you really saw people starting to self-educate a little bit more on how they were taking care of their skin. And we had this really big clean beauty, skincare bubble in general. So, there's actually more of a rise of interest in what we were developing. But then what was really important to us was creating a product that was affordable, it was accessible. Our demographic at the time was struggling with their skin, and usually the age demographic that is struggling with acne or excess sebum production is really, teenagers into your early 30s where your hormones are experiencing the most changes. And that's a demographic that doesn't have a ton of disposable income. So for us, pricing our products at an incredibly affordable price point and creating the value with larger patches was really a focal point when we were starting the business.
Right. And a major part of the brand's growth comes from TikTok. And I just read up what you posted right now on LinkedIn about how traditional influencer marketing is dead. So, what were the kind of strategies that helped your brand grow on TikTok and what really kicked in?
Yeah. So when you're starting a business, you use either your strengths or the resources you have. And for us, we didn't have many financial resources when we started the brand. So what our strength was social media and being able to disrupt an industry and a community with a free platform like TikTok. So we got on there the early days. We would gift product to people who were talking about their skin on social media. They didn't have to necessarily be influencers or people with a large following, but anyone who was game to chat authentically about their skincare journey, we would send them free products. And early on, those videos started going viral because of the authenticity of the storytelling. And then also this like psychological behavior of watching a patch being peeled off of the skin.
Yes.
It was very graphic. We always said there was a reason Dr. Pimple Popper had her own TLC show. People loved watching that. And the early days we went viral and created this digital community that allowed us to get the traction to start selling online, to start talking to investors, to start retail relationships. So, social media has been a big part of our business from the early days.
Right. Uh, at any point, did you worry that this is too much of a niche category?
I think niche is great. I think everyone should start in a niche category, and then expand. You can't speak to everybody, but you can speak to a core person who you're either
Definitely.
solving a problem for them or specifically intrigued in what you're selling them. And I think from there you can start expanding your reach to a larger demographic.
That's a great point. And okay, let's come to the question that I wanted to ask you the most. That is, how did the Taylor Swift story evolve for your brand, and what exactly happened? And yeah, tell us all about it.
Yeah. So just to connect some dots, about a year ago, April of 2024, we launched the first ever makeup patch. We launched Coachella weekend 2. We did not have our product in time to send to enough influencers to go live. So we took production samples and sent to a few friends, and hopefully they would post at Coachella.
Yeah.
And they did. Those videos went viral. We sold out of the makeup patches, about 100,000 units in the first 7 days. And from there, really knew it was going to be a successful product. I saw Taylor Swift was doing her European leg of her Eras tour, and her costumes are bedazzled and bejeweled, and it's like it would be so amazing if our
Definitely.
Stardust battles were on Taylor while she was performing. The product is long lasting, it's waterproof, it's sweat proof. Like she could perform for 4 hours in these products. And that was the big mission of 2024. We were going to get our products on Taylor Swift. And my background being in the fashion industry, I know it's very hard to reach a celebrity directly. It's
Right.
hard to get to the management team, it's hard to get to their publicists. But I know that makeup artists are always open to receiving new and free product. So I looked up who is Taylor Swift working with. She works with one makeup artist. Her name is Lori Turk. She's been like her lifelong makeup artist. And I reached out to her makeup artist agency. They sent me her address and I sent her product back in May, hoping that she was going to wear it at the Eras tour.
Oh, yeah.
But our strategy didn't stop there. I actually made a TikTok about this last year. It was our mission to get it on Taylor. So I reached out to Sabrina Carpenter's team, who was
Yeah.
opening for Taylor Eras tour. We sent to the wives and girlfriends of Chiefs players. So maybe it'll
Wow.
fall in the VIP box, and she's surrounded by Fazit. So we were trying to get Fazit all around Taylor. Not to mention, throughout the summer, we had a ton of viral moments on social media. We're not sure how Taylor Swift got the product, but on October 7th, she walked into Arrowhead Stadium wearing our gold Stardust speckles, and everything went wild and everything really changed for us.
Wow, it sounds very magical. And I guess it's your the shoppers who sent you these video clips, and then you figured that, she's wearing one of them.
Yeah, so I got home one night, a Monday night. My fiance had the game already on the TV, and I was on the Fazit Beauty account, and a content creator messaged us and said, "I think Taylor's wearing the glitter freckles at the Chiefs game right now." And I did think I dissociated. I was like,
Yeah.
no, how could this happen? And then I was on my Instagram Explore page, and so many different media outlets and celebrities were posting a zoomed in photo of Taylor's face because it was just a makeup decision that was abnormal for her. She's
Right.
known for her lip and her cat eye, and all of a sudden she's wearing glitter freckles on her face. So yeah, people started putting together it was Phase It. I posted a video that night of my reaction to her wearing the product. I think that video has like 20 million views
Yeah.
now or something crazy. And then the next day, we started seeing media outlets and journalists recognizing that Fazit Beauty was the brand.
Sounds like a dream.
Oh, I'm still pinching myself.
So, when it comes to your core customers, are they younger audience, or what is their audience like?
Yeah, so in the early days, I would say it definitely was a younger audience, your Gen Z demographic. I think once we introduced the makeup patches, we still thought it would be this Gen Z community, college students wearing our products, going to festivals, going to concerts. But it's funny that it actually has been more of this millennial audience that has gravitated towards our products now. I think since we really lean in with our branding with nostalgia of calling attention to covers of magazines and 60s, 70s, 80s type of models
Yes.
and filtering of our images that really kind of like bring back those nostalgic feelings that I think just that millennial audience gravitates to. And they are making bold decisions with their makeup. And I think just like the idea of the format of peeling kind of
Yeah,
bring back this like 90s, just like a different way of playing with cosmetics.
definitely. Now the great news is that Fazit Beauty has expanded operations to retail stores, and it started off with CVS in November, and now it's Urban Outfitters, Target, so many other places. So how does it differ? Like you started off as a digital brand, and now you're seeing it in the offline spaces. So how, as the consumers changed, or do you see different patterns? How is it now?
Yeah, it's still early days for our retail presence, but you have to treat your retail customer and your online customer completely differently because I have a direct line with my online customer. I don't have a direct line from anyone who buys off of Amazon, Urban, CVS, Target, indie retailers. So it's my job throughout. First off, your branding and your packaging. Are you telling a story? Are you educating your customers? To at Target, we just launched on Monday. We have a whole side cap that we're trying to do storytelling throughout our display to
Right.
attract customers into buying the product. And then all we can do on our end is, one, organic marketing of are we spreading the message to our community on social to go buy a product in stores, or are we like popping up and meeting our community in real life at these retailers? With Urban Outfitters, they've done a great job working with us to pop up at Mardi Gras, for example, in New Orleans, Taylor Swift tours, festival season. And that's just been great because you're meeting the customer exactly where they are for where they want to buy that product. So you have to get a little bit more creative with how you're speaking to your retail customer. But what I think is great about being an omni-channel brand and launching into retail is you're now exposed to a completely different customer and is somebody that maybe
Definitely.
you haven't reached yourself.
So true. Talking about the user-generated content that you see online, uh, are there any sort of product innovations or improvements that you were able to make for the brand products over the time?
Yeah, of course. I think as an emerging brand and as a modern brand, it's very important to listen to what your customers are saying because they are the only people that matter.
Yeah.
And early days, if a customer or if we had many customers requesting a different color, we would immediately launch a limited edition in that color request because that's what they wanted from us.
Right.
So really listening to what they want. If there's an occasion that they, for example, what do you call it? Mardi Gras and St. Patrick's Day. Customers have been begging us for the last 6 months. Please launch something for this holiday. It's very important
Mm.
to our community.
Yeah.
So, listening them, if there was ever a time where something needed to be reformulated, I think you see this with brands right now. If they're not listening, they're failing. So very important to be so in tune to
Yeah.
what your community wants and needs.
So true. What's next for Phase It? Is it like new products, collaborations, expansion? I see everything on the line though.
Yeah, there's so much going on. And, the early days, people always asked us, how are you going to keep this momentum post Taylor? And we're like, this is only the beginning for Phase It. We just launched into Target on Monday. We launched into Revolve on Monday. We launched an e.l.f. Cosmetics Phase It collaboration, which is a bundle of our Spirit Stripes, which is a new product that really celebrates fandom, female athletes, makeup that doesn't budge, but showing your team spirit. So sports is a very big move for Phase It in 2025 of, making women feel cute while celebrating their teams or being out on the court or the field and showing their team spirit with our makeup patches. Festival season is a very big time for Phase It. That's where we blew up. So really excited to engage the festival consumer customer at Coachella, Stagecoach, Lollapalooza, all of them this year, as well as Beyonce's concert tour. We're launching new categories. So we just launched Body, which is
Wow.
on your décolletage, having the Stardust speckles there. So it's having that shimmer, but it won't move or stain your clothes. New categories for the eye. I mean, there's so much, and always hitting upon limited edition holiday drops and different occasions that we can create products for a customer for. But no, 2025 will be a huge year and looking to expand internationally as well.
This sounds very, very exciting. And I heard in you another podcast that you shared you never had a traditional route to grow in your career. You've chosen different paths. So, as a last question, I would love to ask, like, what advice would you like to give to upcoming beauty brands and founders to build a brand today? I think you shared a couple of them in our conversation already, how to catch up on trends, but I would like to hear more from you.
Yeah, I think it's if no one is understanding around you what your mission is, you're probably onto something that nobody has ever done before. So keep on that track and keep exploring and keep pushing the boundaries. You don't need yes to keep going. If you know there's a mission that you need to serve, uh, I would just say like keep doing it, keep innovating, listen to your customers, do things differently, try and stay in your lane and not look outwards to what other brands are doing, because if everyone's starting to do the same thing,
It's
then
monotonous.
yeah, it's harder to stand out as well.
Yeah.
So there's so many lessons you learn along the way. I think you really have to have a real stomach to do what we do, of being founders and being brand builders. But if you keep doing it and putting one block on top of the other every single day, like I always say, like you will have your Taylor Swift moment, even if it's Taylor Swift's not wearing your product, but it's
Yeah,
everyone will have their break at some point.
definitely. It's all about breaking the stereotypes, I guess.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Aliett, for joining us. It was such a nice conversation with you, sharing some of the rich insights that we wanted to hear for our audience. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you for having me.
We've come to the end of the episode. If you loved what you just listened to, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back next Monday with a really awesome guest. Stay tuned until then.